What is up, my Squirtalites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to Destiny. In this video, I wanted to kind of go over my thoughts on the April update, give you guys a bit of a review on what I think of the changes that were made, what I liked and what I didn't like, and then also what I would like to see changed in the future. So things I liked. I think the things that I was most impressed with involved the quality of life changes, the one-to-one infusion, none of that stupid calculating infusion to... No, it's just brought straight up. I love that. That is probably my favorite thing about this update. I love that there were some year one weapons brought back, even though they're not, the easiest to get. But, I mean, then again, it has only been a couple days, and I have already gotten one, so I shouldn't be complaining too much. But, again, they can only be gotten from Vanguard and Crucible packages, and I don't know how I feel about that entirely. There are a couple things I'm not the biggest fan of. I actually don't think the reputation increase was enough. Or actually, I guess I should say the reputation increase is good, but I wish it applied to bounties as well. I feel like bounties are not giving enough, and they actually feel more worthless now because they really just don't give near as much rep as other activities do. So... all in all, aside from the weekly bounties, the daily bounties just really don't have as much of a kick to them anymore, which is a bit of a shame. The Crucible is a mixed bag at the moment. Weapon balance, of course, first couple days, it's always going to be, you're going to see a lot of variety, and I honestly think that from what I've seen, it's in a pretty good place. I don't see a meta springing up right at the moment. If anything, the weapon I've been seeing the most is Hawkmoon, but it's not like that thing got a major buff. It, in fact, is kind of just where it was at when the Taken King first dropped. So really, I don't know. I guess that speaks to the fact that, yeah, the Crucible is kind of balanced now. I mean, I'm seeing pulses, scouts, auto rifles, and hand cannons literally everywhere. I think really the only one I'm seeing the least of at the moment is the legendary hand cannons, which again, there are ways that can be fixed, but that's for a whole another video. The matchmaking and the the spawn-ins and the latency, on the other hand, is still a huge concern and has been quite a problem, honestly, in trying to test out the balance lately. I just feel like it's as bad, if not worse, than it was before the update, which... shows that it wasn't the fact that the player base was dwindling prior to the update. It really just shows that there is a huge issue with the servers, because obviously the player base has jumped up a significant amount now that there's content again, and we're still experiencing tons of problems in the Crucible with lag, and it's all around frustrating. Lots of fake low ping connections and high ping connections. It's just none of it makes sense anymore. But the weapon balance, at least so far from what I've seen, is in a pretty good place. The new ammo economy, I kind of like what it's done with the Crucible. It has definitely made things more balanced and a lot more about skill. It's also taken a lot of excitement out of the Crucible, because most of the most exciting plays will be most often made against we're with special weapons, and as such, really. If there is a meta that's coming back, it's the shotgun meta again. Now that snipers have been nerfed into the ground so hard, at least most of them, really the only ones that are useful at the moment are Defiance of Yasmin and Still Piercer, because they're the only ones that didn't get an accuracy nerf, nor is it possible to stock up on ammo on any snipers anymore, because literally one special pickup gives you like 3 rounds, and then you have to wait another 3 minutes to get any more rounds, and that's not fun. I also am very... against the ammo economy and the way it's affected PvE. Honestly, I feel like I'm running strikes. I've run a lot of heroic strikes, actually, over the last couple days. And the whole time, I'm just constantly out of special ammo. Just constantly. I know they said they were supposed to offset the lower amount of reserve ammo with higher special drops, but that just doesn't cut it. And I'm not honestly even seeing that change. Like... there will be times where suddenly they'll drop like a bunch of bricks at once, and that's great, only need 3 to stock up now that the reserves are so low. But after that, it's just like, now what? I run out really quickly, and then no special drops for another 5-10 minutes. And it's frustrating. I'm not the biggest fan of this economy change. I think the one good that it has done has brought up a lot of other negatives. But that aside, I do like the new strike. I'm a fan of it. I do like the revamped strike. I've only been able to play it once, but I do like the revamped strike of Winter's Run. I always did kind of enjoy Winter's Run in year one. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of that strike, but I feel like, you know, now I'm able to come back to it. I am enjoying it again. You know, the new story mission was kind of a disappointment. I am excited that Court of Oryx is worth something again, though. It's actually a great place to farm exotic engrams. And also, you know, it's really, really good for... it's really good just for farming blues and whatnot. I've actually gotten more light increases doing Court of Oryx than really anything else. Prison of Elders is the same. The level 41 isn't really no different. If you occasionally get a taken version of it, then it's kind of exciting, but really it's about the same. The challenge mode is definitely a lot more enjoyable, but more so because it's shorter, I would say. It's definitely a lot more of, you know, constant enemies, because since every single round is a boss round. And I think I like that feel to it better. I hate the waves in Prison of Elders. It just slows things down so much. So the challenge mode is much, much better, and honestly, my preferred way to play Prison of Elders. It feels much more like a horde mode. Although, yes, it does have a little bit of a time restriction on it, it's overall better. It's a lot better and a lot closer to what I wish Prison of Elders was in all modes. I am a fan of Zen Meteor. I think it's a cool exotic. All the vanity stuff is pretty darn cool. The Eververse stuff, actually, even though I was super worried about that, now that I have seen that the drop rates for Eververse are absolutely garbage in giving you what you want, you can open like 10 of them and you still get the same helmet every time. I honestly don't think they're that big of a problem anymore. If you're that stupid enough to, you know, drop that much money into it to get a perfect roll for some reason, then, well, you're retarded. You're retarded, and you are spending way more money than it is worth, because, my goodness, I'm telling you, I actually have dropped a bit of money into those Eververse packages, but more so just so I could get cool-looking armor and stuff, not for rolls. And yeah, I've got nothing but garbage rolls in the, I think, $20 I've spent. And I did get the ship, though, and that was cool. But it's all the rolls were garbage. I mean, really, it's just vanity stuff. The only thing I ended up actually keeping and actually using was the hunter cloak. So yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm done buying stuff. It's pretty crap. It really is. The drop rates are just terrible. So, and I know a lot of people are super vehemently against, oh, you bought some, you shill, blah, 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 you know. Oh gosh, because, you know, microtransactions are literally the worst thing in the world. No, they're not. Shut up. You don't. It's really stupid that people get so uptight about that. Pay to win is a problem. This is not pay to win, I can tell you that. It's pay to win maybe if you're a billionaire, but my goodness, even then, it's like, what's the advantage it's giving you? Like, oh, I don't know. You might have one tier of discipline better than someone else or something like that. Like, that's all I can think of. It really is not pay to win. It's at all. But yeah, for the most part, I'm happy with these changes. They're small, they're minor. I doubt they're gonna hold us over until the fall. I can see this burning out very, very quickly, actually. But it's at least something. It's more stuff to do. That's good. And yeah, I can't complain too much. At least now I have a goal, because 335 is no longer that difficult to obtain, and you can really obtain it no matter what kind of player you are, solo or not, relatively easy. So I think really now just the goal is to get my favorite weapons up to 335, you know, in time for the expansion and stuff like that. I mean, it's really not anything huge. And I like that. And also, you know, you don't have to speed through it. You can't really speed through it, actually. Once you've done your daily stuff, it just becomes so unbearably slow at that point. You might as well just wait, play something else, then come back the next day, you know? That's what it is, and I like it. I like that it actually encourages you to pace yourself. And, yeah, you know, that's the most I could expect out of Destiny. But yes, that is going to be it for this review. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.